This is the Chris Loves Julia collection for A Street Prints. It will be launching in September. Chris Loves Julia is a DIY brand. We have their kind of collection started with wall pops and floor pops, and now this is their first traditional wallpaper collection with us. They have 1.4 million followers on Instagram, and Julia is very adamant about creating, like taking a house and making it a home. So they do a lot of projects in their own personal home and showcase that to the public. So their followers are very loyal, shall we say, and huge supporters of everything that they do, really, for interior design. They also have collaborations with Pottery Barn, Loloi, and Shades of Light, and several others too. Those are just a sampling. But this collection reflects Julia's love for just creating spaces that become a backdrop to life's best moments, in her own words. And they're known for their moody but modern aesthetic. So when you open up the book, you'll have their headshot, a quote from Julia, their home, and these are obviously product images for the collection. And you'll note throughout the collection as well that we do have several archival patterns. Finch, to start with, is not archival, but this is the opener for the patterns of the book. It's a beautiful damask that has a really great bird motif. You'll see both of the birds featured there. But really great textural background, or sorry, not textural, just like a linen kind of hatched background. And then a little bit of like the pearl background on this pattern, but those are several colorways. Then we have the Sainsbury. So this is a beautiful York archival piece that was printed on our surface press here. The trend of, trees and foliage is going strong. So it was important for Julia that we had something like this in the collection. Then we have Gisela. So this is a bold and dramatic floral stripe that features a metallic outline, and it has a subtle linen background. And then we have Geneva. So Geneva is a stunning design that's colored up in thoughtful, rich color palettes. Really, it would liven any room. We have a couple actually different, so this is the only pattern that has 2 room scenes, but really deep, rich, saturated colors in this. And then we have the Mycroft. So that's the grass cloth, again, just in warm and inviting colors, and it has a little bit of metallic sparkle, but those can coordinate with a lot of these patterns in the book. A lot of the overall palette you'll see has a lot of coordinating options. So again, really hitting home that moody but modern aesthetic. So then we have the Lyman. This is a handsome natural stone, and it has a couple different varieties, and they all have a metallic accent in them. Then we have Gertie. So this is going to be our take kind of on a toile for the collection. It was important, again, for them to have a toile in the collection, and it has the pomegranate motif, and then it has the dramatic gold and black colorway. Then Ames and Tilly. This is a really fun little duo. So it's a stripe with a coordinating smaller kind of like block print pattern. So no real hand on this like a traditional block print, but just takes the inspiration from that technique, but has the coordinating colorways. And you'll see them both featured in the room scene. Then we have Moreland. So this is a York archival piece. We add this for architectural interest. There's a lot going on printing technique-wise. It has a really heavy tactile ink and then metallics that peek through the background, and kind of like a striated design too that really emulates like the paneling, wood paneling that would be in an older home. So great for like a library. And then we are really kind of excited for the use to have this on the wall, but also on the ceiling. Then we have Woodbury, and this is taking more kind of a nod to William Morris. It's a great variety of scale that wasn't really in the collection before, so it was important for them to have this as a variety piece. Then we have Hague. This is the third and final archival piece in the collection. Again, with kind of a nod to the William Morris trend in color and design. One of the colorways does have the pearl background as well. But really able to be dramatic with this pattern, with simplicity, just being tonal. And that's the pearl. And then Roderick. So this is featured non-woven texture for the book. It has a nice hand with some raised inks and a little bit of sparkle. And again, with just hitting home that color palette that is throughout the whole book. And then we have Collins, and this is the last design. It's a handsome damask with lots of drama. So really rich in color. And then there is a neutral for the person wanting just a lighter, brighter option. And then we end with a punch with Collins.